The settlement of New Haven had never seen a dragon before that day. Ethan Cale was checking the perimeter defenses when the sky turned crimson with flame, and the earth trembled beneath scaled fury descending from the clouds. He ran toward the chaos, not away from it. That was the human way, charging headlong into danger when others needed protection. The marketplace had erupted into screaming panic as the massive beast circled overhead, its roar splitting the afternoon air like thunder. Most fled. Ethan pushed through the crowd, searching for stragglers. That's when he saw her. A woman stood frozen in the center of the square, staring up at the dragon with an expression that wasn't quite fear. Her dark hair whipped around her face in the windstorm created by enormous wings. She seemed transfixed, almost recognizing something in the creature's terrible eyes. "Move," Ethan shouted, sprinting toward her. The dragon banked, preparing to dive. She didn't run. She didn't even flinch. Ethan reached her just as the dragon released a torrent of flame. He tackled her behind an overturned cart, feeling the searing heat pass inches overhead. The wood charred instantly, smoke filling his lungs. His arm wrapped protectively around the stranger as debris rained down around them. "Are you insane?" he gasped, pulling her toward the armory. "We need to get underground." "No," she whispered, her voice strange and distant. "He's here for me." Ethan looked at her properly for the first time. Her eyes were an unusual shade of amber, almost golden, with vertical pupils that seemed to catch the light strangely. He'd never seen eyes like that before. "Who are you?" he demanded. "My name is Lysera," she said simply, "and you shouldn't have saved me." The dragon landed with earth-shaking force in the square, scattering market stalls like toys. It was massive, easily 50 feet from snout to tail, with scales that gleamed like polished obsidian. Ancient intelligence burned in its gaze as it fixed on their hiding spot. "Human," the dragon's voice rumbled, speaking the common tongue with disdainful precision. "Step away from the girl. This is not your concern." Ethan grabbed his rifle from the armory rack, checking the charge. Standard plasma rounds, likely useless against dragonhide, but it was all he had. "Everything that happens in this settlement is my concern. Leave now and no one else gets hurt." The dragon laughed, a sound like grinding stone. Brave words from such fragile prey. "Do you even know what you protect? Does it matter?" Ethan positioned himself between Lysera and the beast, weapon raised. His hands were steady despite the adrenaline flooding his system. Humanity had survived worse than dragons. They'd survived the void of space, hostile alien empires, and their own tendency toward self-destruction. One overgrown lizard wasn't going to make him back down. "Ethan, please." Lysera stepped forward, placing her hand on his shoulder. Her touch was warm, too warm, almost feverish. "I need to tell you something." The dragon's eyes narrowed.
"She hasn't told you, has she?"
Typical of her mother's line. Always hiding, always pretending to be something they're not. "I don't know what you're talking about," Ethan said, not lowering his weapon. "But if you want her, you go through me first." "So be it." The dragon inhaled, chest glowing with building fire. "Stop." Lysera's voice cracked like a whip, carrying a resonance that made Ethan's bones vibrate. The dragon paused, surprised. She stepped around Ethan, standing tall despite her human frame. "Varanthar, you dare attack me? You dare threaten those under my protection?" Something was happening to Lysera. Her skin seemed to shimmer, scales appearing and disappearing along her arms. Her eyes blazed with inner fire. The temperature around them spiked. "Protection?" Varanthar snarled. "You abandoned the clutch. You chose to live among these humans. You forfeited your claim to protection." Ethan's mind raced, pieces falling into place. Her strange eyes, her unusual heat, the way she'd stared at the dragon with recognition rather than terror. "You're—" he started. "Half-dragon," Lysera finished quietly, not looking at him. "My mother was human. My father was of the Sky Clutch. I've been hiding here because I didn't belong in either world. The revelation should have changed everything." In that moment, Ethan had every reason to step back, to let the dragons settle their own affairs. This wasn't humanity's fight. Instead, he moved forward, standing beside Lysera rather than in front of her. "Then the dragon fights two opponents," Ethan said firmly, "because I don't care what bloodline you have. You're part of this community. You helped rebuild the school. You taught the children. You're one of us. That was the human way too. Choosing family not by blood but by deed and loyalty." Lysera turned to him, surprise breaking through her composure. You would still defend me, knowing what I am? I'm defending a member of my settlement, Ethan replied. What you are doesn't change what you've done, or who you choose to be. Varanthar studied them both, ancient mind calculating. Finally, the great dragon's stance shifted, aggression melting into something else. Curiosity, perhaps, or grudging respect. Interesting, Varanthar rumbled. Perhaps there is more to humanity than I credited. Very well. Lysara, daughter of Cerinthia, I came to demand your return or your death. But I see now you found something here worth fighting for, and you found someone willing to fight beside you knowing the truth. The dragon spread its wings. The clutch will hear of this. Whether they accept it remains to be seen, but today, I will not press the matter. With a powerful leap, Varanthar took to the sky, circling once before disappearing into the clouds. Ethan lowered his rifle, exhaling slowly. So, half-dragon? I should have told you, Lysara said softly. I should have told everyone. Maybe, Ethan admitted. But you're telling us now. That's what matters. He managed a tired smile. Though you're definitely helping with the defense grid repairs. If you can breathe fire, we can use that. Despite everything, Lysara laughed. It was a human sound, warm and genuine. That's your response? Put me to work? That's how we do things here, Ethan said. Everyone contributes. Everyone belongs. Dragon blood or not. As they walked back through the damaged marketplace together, Lysara realized that perhaps she'd finally found where she belonged. Not among the dragons who rejected her human half, nor hiding from both worlds, but here among humans who judged her by her choices rather than her heritage. And Ethan Cale, who'd stood against a dragon's fury without hesitation, had shown her what humanity truly meant. The courage not just to fight, but to accept, to adapt, and to stand beside those who needed it most. That was what made humanity special among the stars. Not their technology or their tenacity, but their stubborn insistence that family was chosen, that worth was earned, and that everyone deserved someone willing to stand beside them when the sky turned to fire.